I'm gonna hit record. Okay, good morning, you guys. Brittany and I are going to share how we onboard new customers, and I want everybody to know that like this has changed for us over time. Um, so depending on where you're at in your business, know that there's no like end all be all, like this is the system that works. Like you're gonna figure that out as you go. So don't be afraid to just take the pieces that would fit you right now and try them. So first and foremost, I think figure out what it was for you that when you started, um, what was it that helped you get going? For me, I needed to know where the program materials were in BOD, right? To find the calendars, find the nutrition, find all that information. I needed to pick a program to follow. And that was easy. When I first started, it was 21 Day Fix. I just had the DVD, so that there wasn't all the choices. I think people can get overwhelmed by the fact that we have over 1,000 choices. So make sure that you help them pick a program. So the things I like to make sure that whatever option you pick, you cover is pick a program, don't overthink it, and start. Tell me which one you're going to do. Tell them where the program materials are, so that they can access all of the calendars and the information that goes with it. Make sure that they know that there are meal plans that they can follow, right? You can let them know about the 2 main meal plans. You can let them know that 21 Day Fix has the basics, so go there, depending on where they are to start with. And then just get that line of communication between you and her open so that she feels comfortable messaging you. Okay, so this is some ways that we've done it. One, when I was first starting out, I just sent them DMs, just direct messages, and I would voice them, and I'd say, once they told me that their link was filled out, or once I saw that their link was filled out, then I'd send them a direct message and I'd ask those things. Okay, awesome. So download the BOD app. When are you starting? What time of day will your workout be in? And what workout are you going to do? Do you need help picking a workout? And then converse from there. So you can send them direct messages. As you grow, that might not be as easy if you're onboarding multiple people, but direct messaging always works. Some things I've tried also is I had a PDF. I think I got this from Andrea, a PDF of listing all the things like your personal development and some suggestions for that. And then just a lot of information, and I'd send that in an email form. I'll be honest, I never got a response. They were supposed to sign the back of the form and send it back to you as like their contract, and I didn't do a great job of following up with that. So I think Brittany might have something like that, and hers she has had good luck with. I haven't. I like things to be short, and so that didn't work as great for me. So, but that is an option, sending an email. The 2 combinations I do now, and I like my Facebook group the best, is I have 2 emails that are ready to go. Let me see if I can share my screen. I use the website Constant Contact, and there's a free version, and then I do the middle one that's paid. But let me see, I'm sharing my screen here. This is what the first email looks like, and I just list those things like download the app, pick a program materials, and I just felt like those were the main things that I needed them to know immediately, so that they would get started. And I'll be honest, I don't get a ton of responses from these emails, but at least I know that that was one form of communication that they just got from me. The thing I've been doing in the last few months is this. I created a group on Facebook. It has 7 posts in it, and they're numbered. So there's 7. I make them check in. Let me see. I tell them about sweaty selfies, why I think it's important. I make them post a sweaty selfie in this group before I bring them into the big group. It's not loading, but I have other things. I recorded YouTube videos of myself, and I told them how to access BOD. I screen shared like this And I went through those basics. I opened up a Zoom call, I recorded myself, I put it on YouTube. That's how I did that. So I did make some videos for that group. So I explain, like, here are the tabs to hit program materials. This is what's in there. I explain where you find your meal plans. And so those things that I told you about, I did them in a video form. Once they've done the 7 posts, and some of them do it in a day, some of them take a week, whatever, then I'll put them in my lifers group, like we call it. So that's kind of what I do right now. Personally, currently, I like my Facebook group the best because that's where the other groups are. So I can see if they're on there. They can get used to checking posts, posting a selfie, stuff like that. And then my other tip would be to have start dates and have new groups starting. So start fresh so that when new people join you, they aren't going into a group where there's 100 posts, because then they're going to feel like they're behind and they may not show up in it because they think everybody else is so much farther than they are. So I would suggest having, opening up new Facebook groups, starting fresh with those and having new start dates so that they feel like they have a chance to start again. Or even your older customers feel like if they fell off the wagon, they have a chance to start again. So those are the things that work for me. Brittany's going to share what works for her right now. And if anybody else is thinking during this, like, oh, I do this and this works really well, we would love to hear from you too. So
I just have a question, Candice.
Oh, yeah.
So in your 7-day group, is that what you're starting fresh every single month?
I have not. I just meant the boot camps, the lifers groups, like have a new fresh start at least, monthly or something where they get a chance to start with everybody else and feel like they're at the same pace. I haven't restarted the 7-day group, and I started this multiple months ago, and I just add people in it.
And so they're forever in it, or do you ever remove them, or how do you know when to add them to the lifers group?
It's fairly new, so I haven't turn it off, but I probably will start like a new one so that those people get out and it's back to 0 again soon, I guess, if that answers your question. I don't really have a detailed plan on it because I haven't gotten to that point. There's like 30 people in it right now, so it's not huge, but yeah.
But for like the people who were added right away, like 3 months ago, they're still getting notifications that other people are commenting on those posts?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
It'd probably be
I'm just
smart
trying to wrap my brain.
Yeah, it'd probably be smart to exit them once I put them in the lifers group. That would make more sense. See, I told you this is not a perfect process. We're just sharing ideas. That's a good point.
No, and I'm not criticizing it. I'm just trying to see how I would use it.
But it's kind of nice to be able to be in there and help Candice kind of cheer on the new people when they're actually posting on those new posts. So I like the fact that I'm in that one too, so that I can kind of help her with that.
That's awesome that you say that. You do a really good job of cheering the new people on that come in there. I really appreciate that because it can be so scary to start. So that's a good point too. Yeah. All right. Anybody else have questions before we switch over? Brittany's way is different than mine, so you guys are getting lots of ideas today.
One more question on that.
Yeah.
How do you know when to put them in the lifers group? Do they have to like do all 7 posts and comments on them so they could get through in one day, or do you have a date set somewhere else where you slide them over?
So I'm not like very firm on any of these things. Sometimes if I know that they already had bought a different time and they quit, then I'll just put them in that and the lifers group right away. Okay. But I'll like message them saying, I'm adding you to this because it might give you some tips on how to start off better than you did last time. So I kind of judge it based off of what they've told me they've done in the past.
Okay.
And then like when a new group is starting, like say in a week, I have a new group starting and I've added them in there. Well, then I'll make sure that I check in with them, even if they haven't commented on all 7, and make sure I get them in the fresh start of that new one. So
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a perfect system. All right, Brittany, I can't see you. There you are.
And then will you hit the share your screen or whatever, make me a host or something? Thank you. Okay. And this one. Okay, so mine is done a little bit different. This is probably like the third or fourth or fifth way that I've played around with this. I originally sent 3 emails and it was just a lot of word vomit, and I just think it, for me, if I'm attracting people like myself, it's just overwhelming and they're probably not reading it because it's just too much information. Can you see my screen here? Okay. So now I just do one email that looks like this. It just talks about what the group's like. This is a really good resource that I'll click on in a few minutes. Then I just talk about self-love because some of you know that I was in an accountability group about 5 years ago prior to joining Andrea's that had fizzled away and everything like that. And we did not do any personal development, and I don't ever remember it being talked about in that group. And I think that is just, of course, most of us know that that is the missing piece on so many things. But in that group before, I hit my weight loss goal and then I was done because that's what I came in for. I didn't realize everything else that was involved in that. So I talk about personal development right off the bat. And then, because some people do have a program in mind, maybe it's something that we've already talked about in earlier discussions, but if they don't, it talks about that and the link to Beachbody On Demand, what accountability, and then to like tell somebody outside of the group. And then these aren't always in there. Sometimes these are talked about in prior conversations before, like in our chats, but I just want to know like what they expect in our time together, what they expect from me, what their hurdles are, and what made them draw a line in the sand. So if I didn't have that conversation prior or whatever, that's there. But then this is my toolkit, which is purchased. I purchased this off Etsy, and I think it was maybe like $15. Are you able to see the virtual? Okay. So yes, this is something I could have made, but sometimes there are resources out there available to you that are so much more valuable than you wasting your time on it. I can't imagine what I would have spent in time creating this, and I think it was like $15, maybe $30. But anyways, you can edit it to make it your own words. And I just kind of like welcome them into the group, let them know what to expect. Different things about accessing the nutrition plans and what to expect from our accountability group, what we do for a virtual fit club, one-on-one coaching. These take them over to different links as well, and then how to take the 4 pictures, and then personal development. That's pretty much mine, so I'll stop there. In the past, like I said, I've done 3 different emails talking about different things. I've also done it where it's been once they're in the group, I've done like a Facebook header, and then when they click on the cover photo, it kind of gives them a couple steps to go in and do stuff. So it's not perfect, and I think I might go a video route sooner than later, but that's what mine's like.
And I think, Brittany, do you announce new people in your like boot camp groups too and like welcome them?
I do, yeah. One of the slides talks about that once you accept my request or invite to the group, that I announce you in there. I felt like that kind of knows or puts it out there where you can't just be like a little person on the side not being interactive, like you're kind of called out and like people are expecting you to show up in a way. I feel like my people typically show up better right away, right off the bat when I do something like that versus let them just kind of like jump in with us.
Yeah, I think whatever you feel like will get them participating in your group faster, do it, because I think we've been in this long enough to know that the people that post sweaty selfies and check into the group are the people that stay and also get results. And people that get results usually become coaches. So, like the whole thing kind of just spirals. So whatever you feel like works for your people to get them going and post that first sweaty selfie, like it's huge. And keep in mind, like some of the stuff we shared, like maybe it looks really nice and you're like, how did you do that? Brittany and I thought the same exact thing from day one when we started. So again, start with direct messages. As you grow, go from there. And don't get paralyzed by the need for perfection. I'm just actually listening to Angie Lee's podcast this morning. She has a new one out about not getting stuck in perfection, because we'll just be paralyzed. Just do the pieces that fit you. All right, who has questions or who has other ideas that they want to add to this video?
So what I do is I just kind of similar to the video thing. I do it's like less than 5 minutes, because if it's more than that, they're probably not going to watch it. And so I try to keep it short. Like you talked about, I'm on Zoom. I go through Beachbody. I go through like where the Beachbody blog, many people don't know the Beachbody blog exists, and that's literally the best resources you'll ever find on the planet. And so I make sure they know about that. I ask some questions at the end, so it's like, if you watch this video, like now message me and do this, so I know who's watching the video, who's not, so I can follow up with them. And then I also have a video at the top of my Facebook accountability group. And then I welcome them there. It talks about sweaty selfies. It talks about how it works and that kind of thing. And then I have a welcome thread for the month. And so then my people know that they comment on that. I put in welcome so-and-so, here's a little bit about them. And then my coaches and other people are like, oh, hi, I like your dog, or, or whatever. And they post a picture of them and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I do it, and just try to keep it quick and simple for them.
Nice. I love that. So do you have a video, so you just send them like in Messenger the link to that video to start, and then once they're in the group, then they see the welcome video? Cool.
Yep. So it's kind of the video I send them once they get signed up is all about accessing their Beachbody on demand and the resources in that space. And then I say, I'm going to send you the link to my accountability group. Then we go in there, and there's just a short video again talking about this is how this Facebook group works. So it's very specific to that. And then, yeah.
Nice. I like that. Anybody else want to share anything or ask questions? Go ahead, Alexa.
I just started doing it a different way, and it's been working amazing for me. All of my people have been like really participating, which is different for me. So on the third Sunday of the month, I have a new accountability group start for new people. So that accountability group is 21-day fix focused. So they follow the whole 21-day fix, nutrition and all. And in there, they kind of learn how to do the sweaty selfies, what I kind of expect of them, meaning like you post a sweaty selfie, but then you go back to the top and you read your daily post, and then you kind of interact with other people. You cheer everybody on, getting that community aspect. And so on Sunday the 16th, before it starts, it technically starts on the 17th when they, start their workouts and stuff. But on the 16th, I do a new customer call. And I use like a PowerPoint to go through like just basically all of the different things, like super important things to me that everybody always skips over, because I send a 3-day email streak with a ton of information. And I like to continue doing that because I want them to have those resources that I can like point them to when they ask me questions. And it's just a quick like, oh, yep, that's in your welcome email. Let me know if you need like help finding it. But so I talk about like accountability in this group, Shakeology, like workouts and modifying. For the first like 3 months of me working out, I modified literally everything. And I think that people are too scared to do that. So then they don't get results. So I make sure to talk about that. I help them find their nutrition plan for Ultimate Portion Fix, just because that's quick and easy. But then I also talk about like To Be Mindset is available, and then products, and then it's just open for questions. So what's been happening is like before the 16th, they don't get put into a group. They might be added to like my typical accountability group just so that they can like see what it's like. But I tell them their main focus is to like find a program, or to like look through the programs, figure out how to use the app, look for recipes that they want, get familiar with nutrition, all that stuff. And then on the 16th, they'll like start for sure. And what that's done is that's created like a lot of questions for them, because they're excited about everything and they're trying to dive deep, but they know that they're not going to start working out and doing nutrition until the 16th. And, most people like kind of drag their feet on that if they can. So then they're asking other questions, which has been really helpful for them and has given me the opportunity to work a little bit more one-on-one with them without me going to everybody and trying to like pull out of them what they need, if that makes sense.
Nice. I like the idea of a monthly Zoom call too, to get them kind of, virtually face-to-face and get some questions out. Nice. Anybody else? Questions are awesome right now too. No? Okay. All right. Then I will go ahead and end the call, and I'll share this on our team pages so that you can share this with your coaches. Thanks, everybody.